He's Stonebraker and he does stuff, yeah. Feel the hum of the wheels out there. Not perfect, but he dares to dream. Hit that subscribe, make that bell scream.
What's up, YouTube? Stonebraker does stuff on a warm Sunday, August 10th, 2025. You guys want to buy a house? There you go. Jot down the number, make a phone call, move to Indiana and be my neighbor. It is really nice out, but it is also kind of late in the day for a Sunday ride. I believe, and I guess I can confirm this because I just looked at my phone, it's about 2:30 p.m. and I am on the Aipas M1 PRO. Again, trying to see if we can eliminate the reputation that I gave it as a death machine out of the box. I think we should be good with that. So 2 days, 2 videos. If you watched my video from yesterday, I went out with a friend. Hopefully it was decent. First time trying to, what is going on? There's like a carnival or something. That was the first time trying to make one video with 2 people with 2 different microphones, and I learned some valuable lessons on the next one that should make the editing process much easier. But I don't think it came out too bad. There were some parts there where the audio was kind of out of sync, but you know, my videos are often out of sync, so that's not anything out of the norm for what I produce for YouTube. But that was fun. Had a lot of fun riding with a friend. Haven't really kind of hung out with him much as we get older and stuff. He's pretty well into fatherhood and being a good dad and being a good husband, so kudos to him. And I make YouTube videos. But as I said, I'm on the Aipas. The bike now, between what I've ridden it and what we rode yesterday, just over 50 miles. We're at 51.3 miles. And I thought today, this type of weather, you know, it's hard to not want to ride. But, you know, unless I have plans to go ride somewhere new, I have a new bike, the monster falls from the sky, something interesting like that, it is a little difficult sometimes to try to think of interesting videos. But I was, you know, I visit a lot of online forums, a lot of Facebook pages, a lot of web pages about e-bikes. I like to kind of try to learn as much as I can because I feel like I still don't know very much. So I will basically do as much research as I can online. And I've noticed some like common questions, especially in a specific Facebook group that's dedicated to this bike. And like some of the questions are some of the questions that I had before I knew absolutely nothing about e-bikes. But some of the questions are like just very basic stuff. So there's a lot of things that I feel like if you're going to be buying an e-bike, you may not have to be an expert of it, but like you should just expect certain things. And I have learned that I need to follow this as well, and I think I've definitely done it recently. But today what I wanted to kind of talk about is like, you know, what to expect when you just bought an e-bike. So what to expect when you're expecting an e-bike. I think that's the title of some movie or something, like what to expect when you're expecting. So we'll actually title this, What to Expect When You're Expecting an E-Bike. So just like basic things that, you know, if you're someone that's been looking at e-bikes and you've not really made a decision on like if you want an e-bike or what type of style e-bike you want, there's a lot of things that you really kind of need to look into. So the first thing that I would tell people that, you know, what to expect when you're expecting a new e-bike is the first thing you should just expect is, well, I expected some squeaky brakes right there. So the first thing that I would think is that someone that was buying an e-bike for the first time, or something just to be prepared for, is issues with delivery and patience. One thing that I've seen from a lot of people is they will post online that, hey, just purchased the M1 Aipas Pro, I can't wait to get it. Why does it not have a tracking number yet? Or, I purchased this a day ago, why has it not changed the status? That's because it takes a little bit. So from my experience, in the 6 or 7, I've lost count now, e-bikes that I've actually purchased and had shipped to me and, you know, not bought used or anything like that locally, is it usually takes anywhere from 7 days, best case scenario for me, to 10 days, worst case scenario for me, from the time I give them my money. And yeah, you guys are definitely going to hear the back suspension on this bike on the part of the trail right here. But give it patience. So don't, like, if you look online and you order something on a Monday and you check on a Wednesday, it's not going to have a tracking number. It may not even say any changes. It might just say that it got your order or a label's been printed. Give it time. Can't stress that. You're going to just worry yourself out thinking, okay, something's wrong with my order. Give it time. What I've learned is I will usually not check it until 5 days after I've placed my order. Now, I may get an email with updates, which you can expect as well, but I know that if I place an order for an e-bike online, I'm not going to worry about it until 5 days. After 5 days, if I don't see any change, then I will go ahead and go on their website, see if there's any updates. So that's the first thing, basically, is just kind of, you know, like, have some patience. Don't be too have some patience. Don't be too intense about making sure everything's going through, you know, hours after you order it. So that's the second thing. And then also, piggybacking off of shipping, expect the box to be beat up a little bit. So FedEx is who I have had all my deliveries through. I'm going to assume they probably do most of these shipments. FedEx, you know, it's a heavy box. It's going to be tossed and moved around a lot. So if you get a box and maybe there's like a little dent in it, or part of the cardboard's been punched in by an angry FedEx worker, that isn't necessarily a terrible thing. It doesn't mean that your bike's jacked up. It doesn't mean that you should get a refund. It just means that during shipping, there may have been some issues with the box. So don't freak out. If your box is not perfectly shaped, in perfect condition, that's okay as well. When you actually get the bike, expect to spend more time getting to the bike, in some cases, and putting the bikes together. So I've noticed that I spend more time with cutting zip ties, breaking down a cardboard box, and ripping up styrofoam to pitch sometimes than I do putting the bike together. So be prepared, give yourself time to make sure that you don't get frustrated when you're clipping 5,000 things and you can't actually get to your bike. That's perfectly normal. And then when you get the bike and your eyeballs are just zoned in on it and you're all excited because you've got this new fancy e-bike and you want to ride it, and first thing you get on it and the gears don't shift. So also from my experience, and I should say the gears maybe aren't shifting properly. So a lot of these bikes, the derailleurs are out of alignment. So if you go and you're trying to switch between gear 3 to gear 4 and it's not going smoothly, the bike's not broke, there's no need to write a nasty email to the bike company. There's no need to hire a plane to fly a banner across the company headquarters. Anger, I'm mad, I hate you, I want my money back. Pretty simple adjustment. If you don't know how to do it, YouTube it. I didn't know how to do it. I still don't think I know how to do it all the way, but I've been able to do some minor adjustments on the 2 bikes that I've gotten recently because they needed it. And if I can't do it, bike shop. Take it to a bike shop, a very cheap, simple fix. That'll save you a headache. So I expect that. And then also, when you do get the bike out, you're gonna have sometimes scratches on the bike, unfortunately. Hopefully you're not gonna get a big paint scratch and someone's taking their fingernails to it, but you're gonna have spots. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this cap right here, I don't know if you can see that. See those scratches? That came like that. So I've noticed a lot of people, especially with this bike, were complaining about those issues. So don't be too upset if the bike is not in 100% perfect condition. It's gonna happen during the process of building the bike, putting the bike, shipping the bike, all that good stuff. So, those are some of the basic things you can expect. Also, when you do get the bike or before you get the bike, make sure you understand that the battery does not, in most cases, come fully charged. If you've got a kid that has been hounding you for an e-bike since 1987, but yet he's only 7 years old, so we don't know how he was born in 1987. But keep in mind that most e-bikes, you're gonna have to charge the battery for at least probably, 3 or 4 hours, depending on the size of the battery, how much it comes charged. So, be patient. Again, it'll charge, you'll get to ride your e-bike, you'll be possibly great. This isn't a perfect process, so, something like that, just let it roll off your chest, you'll be good. So that's something else to expect when you're expecting an e-bike. Customer service as well. If you're purchasing it online, which I'm going to assume probably most people are, expect delays in emails. If you get your e-bike and it's missing a reflector and you just want to break some necks and power bomb some people and give somebody a Hulk Hogan leg drop because you didn't get your reflector, send them an email. If they don't email you back within 2 minutes, it's okay. As most of us probably know, a lot of these companies are not based inside the great United States of America. They're based out of China. So quick Google time zone and you can tell that there's a 12-hour difference, at least where I live. I don't know where you guys live, but there's a 12-hour difference from where I live to China. So expect 1 to 2 day turnaround time on emails. I sent an email Wednesday to the bike rack company that I have. So the bike rack, the Kravit Cyber Rack E2, which is what I have, still recommend it. I love it. I misplaced one of the clamps. So when you put your bike in the ramp, there's a vertical pole that goes up like this. There's a clamp that goes on the pole and it connects to the bike. The bike has 2 bike ramps, so it comes with 2 clamps. And I think I just must have accidentally left a clamp on the top of my hood or on the bike rack when I had the bike rack down, and it fell off because I've looked everywhere. So I emailed them Wednesday, just like, hey, is there any way, I can buy one, or I've only had it a couple months, here's my order number. And even though I sent it like 3-4 days ago, I just got a response today, actually, which is weird because it's a Sunday, unless it's Monday for them. I'm not for sure. But they replied back and they're sending me at no charge another one. So kudos to Kravit. If you're interested in bike racks, I'll put the little picture of the video like right here, or maybe down here. So check that out. I've had to email them a couple times just about small things, and they've been very beneficial, so I can't recommend them enough. But yeah, it took them several days to respond, but they eventually did respond without an issue. Also, with the e-bikes, we talked about the gears and things like that. The brakes. As a man that wants everything to be perfect when I get it, I think the one issue that I had with pretty much every bike I've ever bought brand new is there's always been something with the brakes. Squeaking, misaligned, the screws aren't tightened, the calipers are loose, the rotor is grinding against the brake pads. I've learned that you can expect that pretty much 97.4% of the time. So if you get a bike together and you're noticing the brakes are really loud, really squeaky, like louder than I'm talking right now, it's okay. The bike's not broke. Do some research, see if you can fix it. If you can't fix it, which a lot of times I couldn't fix it, take it to a bike shop. They are prepared to fix it. It's a very simple fix for them. And you know, you're supporting your local bike shop as well. So again, don't get angry because the bike did not come out perfect. It'll be okay. Trying to see what else I've got. I got me a little cheat sheet here, but unfortunately, my cheat sheet, I cheated when I made it, so it's not a very good cheat sheet. But prior to buying an e-bike, I think it's important also for the person to really look into, like, what are they going to be riding the e-bike for? What, you know, are they going to be riding it like I do? Are they going to ride it on trails, paved trails? Are they going to ride it on roads? You know, do they want fat tires? Do they not want fat tires? You know, just do like research. Are you going to be using it in the woods? You know, are you a heavier person? What's your weight limit? What's the weight limit of the bike? Are you going to be putting racks on the back? So just like fully research what kind of bike would fit what you need. I've seen a few posts recently where, and again, it's back on this Aipas Facebook page. I just about drove off the road too. That would have been a climactic part of the video. But I saw people in this Facebook post that bought the M2, which is the same bike I have right now. It's just got the pole right there. And it's really weird seeing myself in the reflection. But they bought it and they are 5'2" and they can't handle it. So now their only option is to try to return it and lose a lot of money or sell it and, you know, try to get as much money as possible. You're probably still going to be losing money. So yeah, just, you know, look at the specs, see what the height range is. I'm 5'8"-ish. And when I say ish, I mean maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower. But I can ride this bike perfect. So it fits perfect for me, but it is also a step through, by the way. But I researched. I thought this will be the best bike for me. So just, you know, what to expect when you're expecting. Expect to research, make sure the bike fits you. It'll be much better, you know, if you get a bike that is more geared towards what you need and fits your body type. Also, like the weight limits, I mean, if you're a heavier rider and you're buying a bike that has a 220-pound weight limit and you're pushing 300 pounds, you're not going to get the range. You're not going to get the battery life. You know, you may get a hospital trip. So just some additional information in regards to that here. Those are all things to think of. And a lot of people, and this kind of blows my mind, but a lot of people don't think of things like that. So, you know, always kind of keep that in the back of your head. You know, like me, when I bought my first e-bike, I was just purely fine with just riding into town, which is pretty much what I do now. But, you know, as I started my channel and I got different types of bikes and I started researching on some other trails near me, I got a little bit more interested in taking it to other places. So when I look at bikes now, I do make sure that it'll fit in my bike rack. I do make sure that it is a somewhat bigger battery. I got to have at least as close to a 15 amp hour as possible, if not more than that, just because if I'm going to be riding some of these trails, you know, I need to have that protection that I'm going to not have a dead battery halfway in the ride. So just things to look at like that. But yeah, it's pretty much really what I wanted to go over when it comes to, you know, what to expect when you're expecting an e-bike. But let me pass this lady here and we'll keep talking. Hi. Let's bump this bad boy up to 5. Let's go up this hill here. Throttle only. But yeah, so just don't give up on the e-bikes if you get it and it's not what you expected, you know, unless there's some major issue with it where it's not getting full power, or, you know, there's a technical issue. But if it's just you're uncomfortable on it, you know, there's probably a comfort item you can buy, like a handlebar riser, a handlebar adjuster, a better seat, better grips. On the downside of that, it is going to cost money, but thankfully, unless you got to pile several things on at once, you know, most of these things aren't that expensive. And I don't think this lady knows how to drive. Just my 2 thoughts on that. Did I scare you? Did I scare you? Ah, damn it. There is one more piece of advice that I would probably give when it comes to people expecting their first e-bike or looking at e-bikes is, you know, definitely learn about e-bikes. Learn about the components. Learn the difference between mechanical disc brakes, hydraulic brakes, 750 watt motor, 1000 watt motor. Learn what torque means. You know, just like research a little bit so that way if anything does come up and you do have issues or something and you go to a bike shop, don't be like me when they ask you, well, what type of brakes does it have? And I'm like, they work, they stop. And then I've got to like Google the bike to find out, oh, these are hydraulic disc brakes, and just small things like that. I think most e-bike owners at some point will probably do that. So we're gonna get on the new part of the trail too. We'll just ride this back to where we were, and then we'll finish the ride here. So this week, video-wise, I'm gonna get this video out today, and hopefully you guys like this video. It is kind of difficult as a dude who just likes to get out here and ride his e-bikes. I'm not getting e-bikes free where I can have a new e-bike every day and new things to talk about. Unfortunately, well, I might run into this excavation machine. So yeah, days like today where it's just like, hey, I want to ride and I want to do a video, but I don't really have much to discuss. So hopefully you guys kind of continue to sub. I think we're at 413 now, which is amazing. I think I'm gonna set another goal, and I'm not gonna like focus of it, but I typically will ride my e-bikes until, this is so weird, this is the first time riding this part of the trail this way, and yeah, this isn't even open yet, like officially open. It should be open in like a week or so. I'm trying to think of future video ideas because I will typically ride my bike probably till sometime in October. So expect probably next Saturday or Sunday, I'll try to do a range test on one of the bikes, and I will do my best to try to drop it down to like 30 minutes. I'll try to cut out as much as I can, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how far we can go on both of these bikes. And I've got to say, like, this Aipas, for as crappy as it was out of the box, and it was crappy, I'm really content with it right now. And yeah, really good bike. Just a very small things right now that I would change, and I'm sure there's some way that I could even do something different with the handlebars. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, just not being able to adjust the pedal assist level seems to be the only real kicker right now. So yeah, I'm a perfect example. Don't give up on e-bikes right away. Something's wrong with it and it's not a major issue. Research it, see if you can fix it, take it to a bike shop, look for equipment, do some Hail Marys, ask your rich grandma to borrow some money if you have a rich grandma. If you don't have a rich grandma, just use all your money. Don't pay your mortgage, don't pay your rent. You got child support, don't pay child support. Just put it on the e-bike. So But anybody that's watched my videos, I appreciate it. Keep watching. I enjoy making this content. Some of it might be more exciting than others, but if you keep subscribing, it's only gonna help me get better and better and improve my ego. When I have a better ego, I make better videos, and that's just how life goes. So as always, thank you. I'm gonna go under this bridge. Thank you for spending your time helping me waste my time, and I'll see you in the next one. Unless I die in the Aipas, it might still happen.